then you go to one of the hospitals and they tell you like, oh yeah, we ran out of doctors, or like that is in coverage, something like that. So then they would refer you to maybe the next hospital, like maybe 200, maybe 150 kilometers away, that yeah, you can try this. So everybody will start pushing you around.
Wow.
Because they would feel like, now we are not going to be the one to bear the cost for this, and someone's life is at stake, and you see this happening a lot. So let's move to health. So life expectancy rose from approximately 74 to nearly 80 years, but dipped due to opioids and suicides. The US leads in healthcare innovation, yet millions remain uninsured. Is healthcare a privilege or a right?
That's a very good question, and I have a very straightforward answer, Ibra. I think healthcare should definitely be a right in a country like the US, yeah, because the US claims to be the best and greatest with a lot of money to spend. To not be able to go for something so fundamental and make it right is just diabolical from in our opinion. But unfortunately, in the US, it's sort of a privilege. It comes with your job, or if you have, you know what I mean.
It's not sort of, man. It's he said it's sort of a privilege. It's not,
It is a
man. It's
privilege,
definitely,
right?
yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
yeah.
And maybe what I can't say for sure, in 1975, even if it was something that was tied to having an employment back then, it was easier to get unemployment, you know? It was easier to get unemployment, and they would just give you the healthcare thing or something. I don't know if that was the case, but it's, even if that wasn't the case in 1975, you could have still made the argument of, oh, we are still getting there. Do you know what I mean? For a country like the US in this day and age, where there are now many countries in the world that have tried to standardize healthcare, even with huge population, for the US not to have that, the UK, they have the NHS. In Germany, we have the insurance policies that it's mandatory. If you're a resident in Germany, you must be covered by some sort of health insurance. And you see many other countries with the same sort of system, in China as well. And China has a bigger population than the US. So for the US not to have achieved that in 2025, huge downgrade. And as you mentioned,
Sure.
the innovation is good. We're seeing it. But then the innovation is still, how do I put it? The healthcare innovation is split into people that believe that it could have happened faster without capitalism, or that there's some innovations that would have got into the market now if capitalism wasn't a consideration. And that's a huge question to answer, because what's the point of innovation in healthcare that does not benefit everyone? Why would you have created a cure for something, but because it doesn't make market sense, it's not in the market? And you still get the check mark on the innovative part, but it's not reflecting in society anyways. And if it goes to market, it's so expensive that it's still not playing the part that it should. So on this one, I would say healthcare for the US is a bull. But I want to do it softly. That my position is, even if 1975 wasn't better, if we consider that the US is meant to be growing, the fact that in 2025 those problems are still there is still bull to 2025. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would also say, that in 1975, it would have been better then than now, because what we have now is quite interesting. I think the most unfortunate, or the most annoying part of the healthcare system now is the fact that you don't fully really know what you get until you get sick. Like you would think you do, and that's why you see this whole Mangione, or what's this guy's name, that like the whole case has become quite viral. Yeah, because you would think you have something, you might be paying a lot actually, and then get sick, and they tell you, oh, sorry, and they won't tell you directly. They might be like, oh, like your coverage, because you would have like some list of doctors or hospitals that you can go to with your plan. Then you go to one of the hospitals and they tell you like, oh yeah, we ran out of doctors, or like that is in coverage, something like that. So then they would refer you to maybe the next hospital, like maybe 200, maybe 150 kilometers away, that yeah, you can try this. So everybody will start pushing you around
Wow.
because they would feel like now we are not going to be the one to bear the cost for this, and someone's life is at stake, and you see this happening a lot. And some other times they just tell you outrightly like, nah, your insurance doesn't cover this, like it's supposed to be this. So much going on with the contract, they can always pull off something that makes you not qualify.
Wow.
Even when you are paying.
Wow.
So it's not like the first problem is some people can't pay right now because it's really expensive, and some people still pay, and when they get sick they don't get it. And I think that was the case with Nigerian, for example, as well.
Wow. That sucks, man. These are crazy for a country like the US.
It's all about the money. From outside, they've sold the idea that makes it quite attractive, but when you really get into how everything works from the inside, you would have to think differently to really decide, like, is this money worth like pursuing like this? Is this how things are supposed to be? And that's an interesting conversation for it.
So for you as well, healthcare is a no-no, right?
But yeah, for sure.
This is 2 for 2 for the US. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good.